Hey, what's up guys? This is Nelson with Blue Oval Solutions. I wanted to go over 4 specific upgrades that go into every one of my Torqshift black boxes or Torqshift builds. These upgrades I feel are necessary in order to give you very specific outcomes. The first application would be for commercial duty. So lots of idle time, lots of start stop, lots of running, let's say a PTO or hauling a trailer. The other application would be for normal street performance or tow performance in particular. Climbing grades, a lot of heat production, heavy loads, torque transfer to the wheels, being under load for long periods of time. So what these upgrades will do will help not only performance but durability. And the beauty of all of this is really its cost effectiveness long term. Typically you run into pulling these black boxes out, and they're pretty beat up for the most part. I haven't seen very many that didn't need some refreshing and some upgrading. But ultimately after that, I just never see them ever again. And that's good news. That tells me that I've been putting them back together, right? And doing the proper upgrades, along with the referred business. So thank you guys for that. Let's get into it. First upgrade is going to be on the direct clutch drum. As you can see here, normally there is a 2-piece bushing here. I like to use the 1-piece bushing here. Reason being is because it allows for greater stability on the center support. As you can see, it reduces quite a bit of wobble, which you don't want too much wobble, because too much wobble creates too much slippage, too much pressure transfer out of the circuit, and that's not what you want. There is just enough clearance here for proper lubrication and also application of pressure. So this is an excellent upgrade, and it adds to the durability of this drum and this circuit and this clutch. Normally what you do see here with the 2 pieces, as time goes on, the bushings wear down and it just starts to wobble on the center support. When that happens, you begin to get a pressure loss, and you burn up your direct clutches. The other more common issue is going to be the actual seal that fail. So this will prolong the life of this clutch. Upgrade number 2, I get all my Coast clutch drums welded. These are, you can find these typically online, already pre-welded. If you're going to be a DIY guy, you kind of want to reduce the amount of material, welding material that's left here. I actually send mine out to get done. They only charge me a few bucks to do it, and this helps the longevity of this drum as well. What ends up happening is the weld, not this weld, but this weld doesn't even exist from factory. I think the way they bond the drum to this gear here and this hub, they actually do it through heat. So they spin it up really fast, and it actually there's enough heat production that it actually makes it weld itself to each other. So the drum and this hub are 2 separate pieces. What you'll see normally when this fails is this hub will detach from this drum, and you'll have no forward, no reverse condition. Very necessary, does help the longevity. Never had one come back, thankfully. Okay, so the third upgrade that I find highly necessary for the Torqshift is going to be the pressure regulator valve and TCC valve. So specifically, these valves are prone to wearing out not very quickly, but they do wear out over time. And the reason being is because this transmission is completely electronically controlled. These solenoids are, they're pulse width modulated, so that means it's constantly adjusting throughout the drive cycle and through your shifting, so to give best fuel economy, best shift feel, and so on and so forth, and try to control the shift time between shifts more accurately, so there's no bind, and create the least amount of slippage, because too much slippage creates too much heat, wears down the transmission. Not enough, you'll end up getting bind up and just locking up those rear tires. Seen that on one occasion, craziest thing ever, cruising down the street, doing about 45 miles an hour, and the damn thing just locked up the rear wheels. Anyhow, that's only happened to me once. But for the pump, very necessary. Transco does make a shift kit for this, drop-in valves for the TCC and the PR valve. So I'm currently working on a drop-in valve to block off the thermal valve that's in the pump. For the states like California, Florida, Texas, not necessarily Texas, but just places where it's the heat. There's summer more than it's not. It's a good upgrade because what that does is it reduces another weak spot that will allow for overheating. So we get rid of that thermal valve. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's unnecessary, but we could actually bypass that. It's something that I like to do on 10 speeds as well. So necessary upgrade, PR valve, TCC valve. And the fourth upgrade is going to be the torque converter billet cover with Luck OE triple disc dampener. This is your greatest producer of heat within your transmission. Torque converter wear on these, torque converter clutch wear on these are significant, particularly with on the commercial use, severe duty use. I see quite a bit of torque converter wear just due to one, lack of maintenance, but most of the time it's usually just torque converter just wears out. Torque converter clutches just wear out. Once they begin to wear out, they start to slip. They create a ton of heat, and then it's just pretty much downhill from there. So to reduce that and minimize the amount of heat that it creates, and also allows you to get more torque application through the transmission to the transmission, is using these billet cover torque converters, multi-disc torque converters. I love to put these in. Never had a failure on them. So this one in particular is for your 6.4 guys. It's a 6 stud, and it's also for diesel, So, but this is also available for your 6.0 guys and your V10 guys. We could go ahead and make those for your gas application as well. So I'm sorry, I don't make them, I get them made. Yeah, so that's our fourth application. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Possibly learned something. If you guys have any questions about the builds that I'm working on, or something that you're working on that you're not too clear about, some diagnostic questions that you might have, feel free to send me a message in the comments, or send me a message via email, or leave a comment in the comment section, or whatever. I know that the forums are super informative and helpful, and just to give you a little, but maybe you need some more advice, more specific advice. I've been doing this for the better part of 20 years, going on 20 years. I was with Ford for 18 of those years, so I'm going on my 20th year. So I've seen quite a bit, not as much as a lot of guys out there. I want to say that tranny guys, transmission techs are,
you know, they're a dying breed, man. I got lucky to work with some really old school guys that showed me a lot of cool stuff. Really showed me how the technical side of this, how to make money at this, and also kind of how to enjoy this too. Kind of learn how to enjoy this. So if you guys would like me to impart more information, man, please leave me a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, everything, all of the anything from you guys would be greatly appreciated. I also do, if you want to send in something for a build to me, we can work that out. I'm happy to do that. I've done a couple now, so it seems like a pretty cool way to help out customers, and you know, get a lot of one-on-one time with them, kind of explaining what goes into it, and gives you a lot of peace of mind. It can be pretty cost-effective too. So yeah, feel free to reach out. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps me out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And 10 speeds coming up, more 10 speed stuff coming up soon. So thanks.